Art.
Oh yeah! 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 Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist Art Baltazar.
Oh yeah, man. What's happening, sir?
That's such a good song.
Oh yeah, it rocks. It gets your day, man. You have that song with some coffee,
Oh, I
you're
love
good to
it.
go. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Oh yeah, man. A good friend Jamie Cosley is here.
Yes.
Famous cartoon assistants today. Yeah.
Finally,
Very-
we were able to do this.
Man, we were I've been hunkering hardcore in the bunker with my junker for like weeks now, and I'm still in it. I'm still in the middle of the hunkering phase.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we've been trying to coordinate for a few weeks, and it's been rough. I try to do like say, oh, Wednesday will be good, and then Wednesday comes and it's never good. But today I actually had to set my alarm. I went to bed at like 7 a.m. So I set my alarm for 11 o'clock,
Oh my God.
and it's still a few minutes late. As these people here, like Wolfie said, "Oh yeah, fellas,
Oh yeah, man.
yeah, man." TG Chronic, you're late. You're late for a very important date. Yeah, see, people are mad. Hey, man, where's my stuff? Like, happy Wolfie. Wolfie's here. Oh, yeah, man. It says, Wolfie's starting.
We are
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah, man. It's like this guy. He's slinging tacos. Oh, I know. That's Mario. But a swig of coffee for the working man. Oh, yeah, man. And then Anthony Latch, of course. Baltazar Cosley team up. Yeah, man. Look at people are happy, sir. Oh yeah,
That's
Baltazar and
good,
Cosley. We're like a team up. We're like Kirby and Stan Lee, you know?
There you go. There you go.
I think we're more like Kirby and Ditko. Those guys are, those
Yeah.
guys did all the work, all the drawing. know. Swig.
Oh, sweet. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, man. Another one. I'll take another one. It's a fresh pot of coffee today, sir.
Yeah.
So what you doing, man?
Working on lots and lots and lots of commissions.
Whoa.
I try every year before going to HeroesCon, I try to cover all my cost for a hotel room and food.
Yeah.
The table they supply, and I do the Star Wars workshop and everything, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But I try to make sure that so when I get there, I'm not stressed,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so I've gotten I've done that. We're there 3 nights. That's taken care of, and but I'm just trying to letter Blue Scar 4
Oh, yeah.
and get that to the printer. That'll probably go to the printer last week of May.
Yeah.
And I'm spending a lot of time trying to grow my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, I see all your shorts. You're drawing all the famous YouTubers right now. I see that. And once in a while you draw like Billie Eilish or somebody.
Yeah, I have.
So I'm looking at it like I'm not sure what you're doing, but it's kind of fun.
Well, here's the weird thing. If and I guess history will tell if this works or not, but in the last 28 days,
Yeah.
I've picked up 92 subscribers.
Whoa.
92.
Well, that's good.
Now, the thing is, are they just coming for YouTube Shorts, or are they going to stay and watch the long form every Monday?
They might. They might.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I went
Yeah.
from at the end of January, I didn't even have 100 subscribers. Now I'm at 325.
Whoa. Wow. I know it grows. And the people who when it grows gradual, I feel like they're real people,
Right.
than
Exactly.
getting like 100 in a day. I don't
Yeah.
know how that happens, but we've been climbing. The All Your Comics YouTube has been climbing since these trying times. But
Mhm.
when I started the famous cartoonist show, we were at like 300 or 400. Now we're up to 900. So yeah, man, but that took years. You got it in like 3 days, but like, but like, but I know
Yeah,
like you just keep consistent and putting stuff out there. You know.
yeah. It's not. It's I guess it's been 4 months because you've got to hit that 1,000 subscribers, and then you've got to hit
Yeah.
so many hours and
Yeah.
that's what I'm really lagging. But it's encouraging because yeah, you'll get a few people that are just here to look at Mr. Beast drawn as a Simpson, but
Yeah.
they stay and they watch. Um, you know, I'm coming up with a video. It's going to be like, what does a cartoonist do all day long? It's just going to be me from the time I get up uh, till the folks get home at night and we eat dinner.
Yeah, man. My son was just saying yesterday, because now that he's home from school. He gets to see what I do all day, and when he asks me a question, we talk. I always end up talking about what I'm doing, like comics and all these things. And I always feel like, do people want to hear this? Because I know when I talk to my wife, she'll like go on TikTok while I'm talking, or or like, I don't think people are interested. And I leave my book around the house for people to read, and I don't think anyone's reading it. But Gordy will read it, and then he's actually interested in what I'm doing. And then we drive back and forth to college, and we talk about all this stuff. So, man, where was I going with this? I was saying something cool. Um, what were you just saying? It just flipped. It just left me.
There's a video I'm going to be doing that basically
Oh,
it's
yeah, yeah,
yeah, from the
yeah,
time I get up until dinner. And sometimes
yeah,
especially you honestly you put in more hours than I do.
yeah. And that's
But
what Gordy was saying. Like, if he said, I tell him I got an email from this guy or this person or his publisher or whatever, and then he says, if they can only see what you do all day, and then he says, you don't draw all day. You're making food. You're taking us to grocery shop. You're dropping us off here, and then you're sleeping till like noon. You're going to bed at 7 a.m. And he said they don't see all that, and
right.
that's what I was getting at, and that's what reminded me of that. And then so for you to make a video would be cool if you added all that stuff in there. Like
Yeah, it's
you don't just draw all day. You're
oh
making
no.
coffee. You're grocery shop, picking up kids, taking a dog for a walk. You're doing all these
Yeah.
things that when people go to work all day, it's that old joke where the man goes to work all day and he comes home and sees his wife, and then he says, well, I worked all day, what did you do? And then the wife gives him the mean look. They did that on Raymond a lot. Everyone loves Raymond. But I'm like, oh, don't do that. But I could see what it takes, like, just to stay home, how much work it takes just to stay home.
Well, and there's so many distractions. And right now I'm like
Yeah.
I'm obsessed over the numbers, and I keep checking the analytics. Like um the video I posted Monday, how to draw Dog Man, just
Yeah.
and I try to preface it with, this is not um you know obviously you can buy the Dog Man book and Dave Pilkey shows you how to draw him.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to do is um uh, it's just using a tracing technique where you block out everything with very basic shapes that most little people can do,
Yeah.
and then putting a piece of paper over those shapes. And so I did this. Well, that video posted Monday, it's already got over 200 views,
Mm.
which is kind of unheard of. um, but I think my hope is that some of those people that are hitting the shorts every day, and sometimes I'll do one in the morning and one in the evening,
Oh,
because
yeah.
in the evening you can catch a lot more people. It has to do with what title did you put on there,
Yeah.
what time a day,
Yeah.
what music. Are you heading on? All right, babe. All right, love you.
All right. See, that was like cartoonist stuff you didn't expect right there. Here he
My
goes.
boy,
He's off to school. I
he's,
see
he's
him.
he's back. He's gonna be teaching this fall. And
Whoa.
yeah, it's weird because I'm having all these flashbacks, like um you know he would come home every day from elementary school, and the first thing he would do is come in and say, "What did you draw today?"
Ah, cool. Yeah.
And that's when I was in the midst uh, of Cody, and I was drawing a lot of picture books. Like a lot of people don't know that I've illustrated over 40 picture books.
Yeah. I know that. I probably have most of them.
You probably have. So he would come home and he's like, "What what did you draw today?" And so all of those memories, I'm just like, I can't believe he's got his. I mean, he's got his own job and got his own house,
Yeah.
and
He's a man now.
he's a man
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. It always reminds me of that scene in that Santa Claus movie. You know when he has the orange beard and he gets old and then gets married and they both get fat. That movie, like, but there's a scene like I always thought, why would anyone want to get married if they just get terribly obese after you get married? You get throw bit. But anyway, but there's a scene in that movie where uh Chris Kringle, he walks up and he goes, "Well, Mom, I'm a man now. Now I have to leave." And I always I say that to my kids. "Are you a man now?" And they say, "Well, I'm a man now." Yeah. It's like one day you wake up and like, "Oh, I have a beard and a backpack and a big hat. I gotta go."
Yeah, it's just and it just hits you at different times of the day. It's
Hmm.
like because he's taken packing up his action figures, and I'm like, how am I gonna
Oh,
walk by his room and so it's
yeah.
weird, and everybody, and I know some people are like, they mean well, but they're like, oh yeah, well, that's part of life, and I've been through that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, that's great, but I haven't.
He's still your little boy. He's your
I
boy.
haven't been
Yeah.
through it, so it
Yeah.
sucks right now. But
Yeah, I don't like it when my daughter mentions she has a boyfriend. Like, oh, like it's weird. Like, or now they want. I got to take them to get driver licenses, and that's a big thing. Like, it's like that commercial. There's a commercial where the dad is looking at his little baby girl, like she's about 6 years old behind the driver license. Come on, Dad, I could drive. And then he shakes his head, and he sees her as a 16, 17-year old. So like that's real. Like
yeah,
and they'll always be your little kids. No, you know.
yeah, I mean, that's and I think about that a lot because Ava and I, we have, every night I go in and still, I mean, she's a young teenager,
Yeah.
and I'll go tuck her in and pray
Yeah,
with
me
her,
too.
and I'm like, you know,
Yeah, give kisses. Yeah.
yeah,
Because my
it's
yeah.
just like, oh, one day she's gonna go to college, and you want them to go and have
Yeah.
this great life, but at the same time, it's like, for me, like when I had the minivan and I
Oh,
had the I had the two car seats,
the
and
baby seats, yeah.
and we'd watch movies every Friday night. I mean, that was just like,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate, and then but things change, and so I'll probably just you know keep working and working and
Just make
working
comics,
and
yeah.
keep creating, and
Yeah. The
helps keep your mind off of it. So right now I'm
yeah.
obsessed with this YouTube algorithm, and I watch all these videos, and I'm like, man, how do they do it? Like some of them you look at, like there's this one girl, and beautiful girl, and she does this amazing artwork, and her shorts now
Yeah.
get like 10 million views.
Yeah. I see that too.
10 million. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you do that?
Yeah.
Um, but young people, I think, have an advantage. They know this stuff better. You and I, we're just trying to figure it
Well,
out.
we're grown adult men. Like, what's these dad videos you're watching? And yeah, it is something because I see all of when I go on YouTube, I see all the short clips of Star Wars because they follow what they the algorithm whatever shows you
Right.
what, hey, you watched that Star Wars video, here's more.
Here's
So it's
more.
always short clips of Star Wars or like Big Bang Theory or just people playing guitars
Yeah.
or girls roller skating. So it's really strange how uh these videos though they're getting like I look on there's like 16,000 views and it's just been up for a day or whatever. But I'm like, man, how does that happen? And my kids, my daughter always says that, Dad, you should clip up your show and go on TikTok because they listen. Like when like on the YouTube ones, I could put it on the big screen in the living room and they watch it sometimes. But the Facebook videos, now my son's on Facebook. So yesterday he was watching the video from Oh Yeah Comics with the Crones, with Joe Crone, Adam Crone. He's
Mhm.
watching it at the kitchen table, and I just heard their voices, and I'm like, oh, he's actually watching the video, and he was saying, Dad, you could clip this up. These guys are funny. I'm like, wow. So to hear them say that, there's something there, you know.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to crack the code because like I said, like we have all these subscribers. Like you get 300-400 subscribers, but then only like 25 people watch your video. So like
Oh yeah, and
why are people subscribing to it?
I saw this one screen and it said about the video I posted Monday, and it said 25. You have 25 viewers that are subscribers that returned,
Yeah.
and then it said you have 65 that have returned that are not subscribed,
Oh,
and I'm like, why won't they subscribe?
yeah.
65, that would put me that much closer.
Yeah.
But I think I was talking to my wife this morning, and she's like, some people just, if you log out, you don't want to go through the login, then you forget your password, then you have to create
Yeah.
a new password, and
When people do this, they just scroll with the phone and they see your video for 2 seconds and they move on. I see it all day long.
yeah,
Like I do that too. Some when I go through Facebook, it's just I just scroll up and I rarely even read anything. And by the time I've realized, like, man, I just wasted 20 minutes. I should be drawing. You know,
right,
that
yep,
happens all the time. So you actually get views like that. All the people have to do is touch it, and it counts as a view. So
yeah, and
that's a good thing, I guess.
that's the other thing that I hope we're not boring everybody with this, but
I don't think so.
you can look at
We're reminiscing dad stuff.
analytics will show you when someone stops watching your video.
Oh,
Like long form, it'll say, okay, well, this person lasted for 4 minutes and then they got bored.
wow. So this guy sucks.
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
and
I
if
don't
you,
know. I don't go into that too much because once I click on it and see the analytics, they show you that graph,
yeah,
and I'm like, look at it, I'm like, nah, I don't have time to figure this out. I'll just keep making videos.
well, it's just, it's fascinating to me. And it's like, okay, well, um, you've got to constantly keep folks' attention by switching
Yeah,
things up. And, um, but I decided long ago that I really wanted to, um, I guess if I had a demographic, I wanted it to be young people and their parents.
yeah,
And so you don't want to do that speed up. I mean, yeah, it's cool to see you. Oh, you sped up this drawing, but I don't want to do that. I want to show them in real time, like
yeah,
this is how you can do it. And um, I've always been obsessed with, especially if I go to a school and I speak. Can you teach someone passion?
mhm,
And I kept asking teachers after another, art teachers, music teachers. I said, can you teach passion? And no one could answer me until this one professor. It was so cool. Um, it was one of Tyler's professors, music professor. And she said, I think as a teacher, you can unlock
right. I was just gonna
passion.
say you could awaken it,
And
right?
awaken it.
Yeah, because it's there. But if you
Right.
don't know it, you have to like a
Yeah.
spark, right?
And so some people are going to be like us, where they're like, you become obsessed with drawing. Like you can't sit, like right now, because I had an idea for a game. If we have time, I have a blank piece of paper and I have a pen,
Yeah, I
and
got
it's
my cards.
it's killing me not to draw on it right now, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to draw. And like there are days where you just draw until your arm hurts, and
Yeah.
you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I know it
Yeah.
sounds silly, but because I'm doing this big, it's a big piece. It's like 5 different Mandalorians, and then in the center is the mythosaur skull.
Oh yeah.
It, like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's turning out really cool, but it's like, oh my gosh, my arm
Is
from
that a
working
commission?
on it. Yeah,
Is it a big piece?
it's a big piece.
Oh, cool. I like that.
So it's like man, it sounds like, oh, well, you poor thing, but if
Yeah,
you sit for 6 hours and draw and your arms all tense, and then you go and you play guitar,
yeah, yeah.
and then your arm is pretty much
It's different
toast.
muscles. Yeah, my arm always hurts in here, like
Yep.
the tendons or the just the muscle. Right now, it's real tight. I'm always sore. It always
Yeah.
feels like I worked out. And even with drawing on two screens, my other hand is pressing the shift key and all this stuff. So
Right.
and it hovers. My arm hovers, both hovers. So I don't rest my arms. They're always doing this. So it's kind of a. I know where you're talking about. Like my arms are real fit. Like I got a real nice shoulder
Yeah.
and a bicep, and but the rest of me is like soft and mushy. But
Yeah. That's me.
but my arms and legs are real skinny. So it's even in my I would get my back cracked all the time after a convention because when you go to a convention, my drawing position is different. Like the tables, like I draw upright, like my table's at an angle like this, my drawing board.
Yeah.
So I draw and I lean forward. But at a convention, the tables are flat, so all the cards are flat. So when I draw, I lean forward and I feel it in my neck and shoulders.
Yeah.
So after the convention, I would go to the chiropractor and he'd crack me. And he'd ask me, "What are you doing to your body every month?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm drawing commission, drawing drawings, sketching at a convention." He goes, "How many do you draw?" And I said, "Oh, about 600." And he went, 600. So he told me to stop. So
Christy got me to go to a chiropractor one time,
yeah,
and this guy, he's like, and I didn't know what to expect, and he's like, okay, well, you've got to. He had this bench, and he said, lay here, put your arm like this, and your leg like this. I was like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? And by the time I did that, he had kind of like jumped and
yeah,
pushed all of his weight,
yeah,
and I was like, I'm done. Don't ever do that again.
yeah. They give you the curly shuffle, whoop, 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 like they squeeze you and they bounce. And
I was like,
I
don't
was
touch me. Do
yeah.
not touch me.
Yeah, my body was so tight he couldn't crack me. I was trying to like, and he's like bear hugging me. I'm like, all right, yeah. So, but yeah, I don't.
That was my one and only time. I was like, no, I'll just be in pain.
He
You're
goes,
not
all
gonna
right,
jump on me.
all right, put
You
your
should have
pants
told
back
me.
on. He- Put your pants back on and leave. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, here's your belt. Oh, sorry, I forgot my belt. Here's your other sock. Thank you, sir. Walking out in the lobby holding your clothes. Yeah,
He just didn't. It was like a sneak attack, and I'm like, I just you need to tell me what's gonna happen. Even at the doctor's, you need to walk me through it.
yeah.
Don't surprise, give me a shot. Don't I ain't got time for all that. You tell me what you're gonna do, why you're
Yeah.
doing it. You
I
know,
had a doctor. I would get injured all the time. I still do, but I get injured like either riding a bike or I do a lot of like mountain biking. When I was younger, I broke my knee, I broke my tailbone, broke all these things, and hit my head, got concussions. But when
gosh,
I used to get hurt at my job all the time, just fingers, uh, splinters or break. I forgot what I injured my hand, and I went to the doctor and he came in there and moved it in a certain way where he didn't show compassion or he cared, and I went ah, and I got off the I got off the bench and I left. I like, man, I'm getting another guy, and he's like, I'm trying to help you. I go, you're not nice, and I left. I actually left. So I don't know what happened, I can't remember, but I've been known to do that. I actually get up and leave, and
yeah.
and it just I don't know. I tell the kids that don't let anyone tell you something that's weird and why are you staying? Just get out of there.
Well,
And
it's like if you go to the doctor, and I have high blood pressure, so
yeah,
I have to take medicine.
stress,
And
cartooning.
so if my appointment is at 10:30, and then you're walking in at 12 to talk to me,
Oh
don't
yeah,
ask me why my blood pressure's high. It's high because I've been sitting here forever.
yeah,
And they're like, "Oh, well, your blood pressure's high." I said, "Is it? I
yeah,
wonder if it's because you've been making me sit for."
yeah. Why don't you call me in at 1? You know, I'll be here. Then this way, he'll be early. Yeah.
I'm like, "You got to be kidding me with this. Of course my
Mhm.
blood pressure's high." Um,
You
but
think so? Yeah. I drew a whole comic book in your lobby. Yeah.
that's what I need to do. I need to start Some people do that. They'll take their art everywhere and just work
Oh,
on it. You know,
yeah, I do.
I need to do
My
that.
yeah, bring your sketchbook and I doodle. And if you can't really do a story, at least you're doodling. It's something comes out of that. And
Right.
I bring my sketchbook everywhere, man. And this Friday I'm flying. Are you going to be in Tidewater Con, West Virginia, or Virginia Beach? It's all fancy.
No, I wish I could, but this weekend is when Tyler's graduating.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
Life
because
life
that's
events,
only you're
dad stuff.
only like 2 hours away.
Oh,
Well,
I'll be there for 2 days.
well,
You can come in.
when are you leaving Sunday?
I'm leaving Monday. So come on, I'm leaving Monday. Like my flight's not till like evening.
Oh, well, then maybe, yeah, maybe we can
Yeah,
hang out.
maybe.
Even if it's after the show, just grab dinner or something.
Yeah, go swim in the hotel pool together, take our shirts off, splash around, you know, something. But I'm looking for. I'm flying. I'm flying out Friday, and
Okay.
my flight's not till like 5 or 6 at night. But I'm leaving the house at noon, so I could go to the airport and draw.
Yeah.
Like I want to write in my schedule.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool. Well, yeah, maybe Sunday I can do that, and that would help me. That would help me get my mind off of, you
yeah.
know. I was like, well,
Go
Tyler's
hang out with your brother.
doing
You
his
know.
own. He's doing his own thing, and I'm proud of him. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
excited for him. He's got. But it's just like, man, just a minute ago we were running around the yard playing fear
yeah.
knots, dressed up as
I under,
superheroes.
I understand. I know, sir. I know it was
Yeah.
happening. Like
Well,
when you're teaching your son how to shave, it's weird.
yeah,
And or when you see your daughter come down the stairs with her prom dress, and that like I went, oh my God,
yeah.
why?
My
What's
heart,
happening now?
my heart.
Yeah.
Well,
Hmm.
we were going to uh, announce.
Yeah.
So
Special stuff.
October 21st
Mark it
is
down.
is the date. October 21st for those of you that are watching, and for those of you that are close by, or maybe you're not close by but you've always wanted to come to Virginia. October 21st, the location, and this is neat because you're gonna be able to go online on YouTube on Prime Video and look up this place. Um, our uh, convention, if you will, for lack of a better word, right now is going to be located next to the Cabin on 360, which
Oh,
the Cabin on 360 is allegedly haunted. Okay.
oh,
And if you look it up on Prime Video or YouTube, you can see paranormal investigators that have been there. And, like I said, I'm still a little skeptical. I mean, if you go there for 3 days and you catch a voice, I mean, that's not really scary to me. Um, but we'll be there from noon until 6, and then after 6, we can kind of walk around, and maybe there will be some guys there with us, and we can live stream it. Oh, there you go.
yeah. I just put it up.
The haunted comic show.
Yeah, featuring Jamie. Let me see. I
Yeah,
could maybe edit. Oh, maybe I can't. I don't know. Yeah, I can
but
edit.
you can edit.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be me, and it's gonna be art. We're gonna have our comics. We're gonna have um, our sketch paper and our paintings, and then there's gonna be a comic vendor. There's gonna be a toy vendor. I want to have a place where people can sit and watch cartoons. Um, it's just going to be fun and very laid back and different. And the cool thing is, it's free. It's a free event. Um, but obviously, we want to bring art out here, so we're going to do some things. And one of the things we want to do is we're debuting Meteorite and Spitfire
Yeah.
Space Cricket.
That's all true.
And most and most of you have seen the cover. So we want to auction off the artwork, the original art.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, it's lots it's lots of fun. It's something new. I've never done my own show before, but I figure if you
Yeah.
can make your own comics, you can host your own show.
We'll see, man. I'm looking forward to making the Meteorite space cricket book, and but as this show's getting closer, um, I'm a believer of haunted things and ghosts and spirits and things. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to go there and not bring something home or not have something touch me, or because I have so many experiences in my life, seeing things, hearing things, interacting with things, things touching me, telling me things in my ear. So
Oh
I
wow.
know this stuff is real, but I'm going, and I told my family, and they're all freaking out. Said, "Dad, why are you going?" Because I experience stuff all the time, but and you never know when you're going to, but things happen, and so uh, they keep saying, "Why are you going to go?" So my rules are, before we go in, we have to, because I know you have the power of baby Jesus with you. So we're going to bring upon baby Jesus. We're going to pray and say things, but we're going to
Right.
have the lights on the whole time. We're going to have noise. There's got to be music or TV or something going on the whole time.
Yeah.
It can't be quiet, because if I hear something or something, like, I don't want anything to distract. If it's real quiet, you're like, what just pulled my sleeve? Oh my God, I don't want that. But one of my things I was thinking of, um, because when you walk into a church, you dip your finger in the holy water and bless yourself. And
Yeah.
but I was like, what if you drink the holy water? Like, what if you drink it and then now it's inside you? And like, so I was thinking, I wonder if can we bless bottles of water at your church? Like, you have the
Sure.
power to make it holy water?
I don't-
Do you have that power, or is it just like a man of the cloth, you know? Like, who makes the water holy? Is it the tap in the church that you just pour it in? Or do they actually
Oh, that's
say,
not-
or is it just a whole symbolic? Or is it really holy water? Like, does it have powers? Because I saw a vampire movie once where, I forget what movie it was, but there was a bunch of kids and the guys had super soakers,
Oh
and
yeah.
they filled the super soakers with holy water, and when they shot the vampires, it burned them. Like,
Yeah.
like,
What was that?
I
That was
forgot. Was that Lost Boys?
Lost Boys.
Was
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
But we could do that. Like, what if we did that and drank it? And then I was telling my son about that, and he goes, "Yeah, that's a great idea." And he said, "But Dad, does it have to be water?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Can you like bless a milkshake or like a Red Bull or something?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I could bless some coffee and Red Bull and get me through. You
There you
know,
go.
you could bless a cheeseburger. You know, because if
Yeah.
I'm hungry, I want everything blessed. But I'm thinking, do you have that power to do that? Do you know
Well,
how to do that?
I mean, you. I don't consider myself to be a powerful man, no.
But we could figure out. We
But
could
I
find a
pray.
guy.
I pray before I eat.
Yeah,
The scripture says you pray over your food, and then it's fine to eat. But as far as
yeah.
like holy water, I don't know, because I even asked someone once, because you can buy it.
You could buy holy water.
Yeah.
They ship it's on Amazon.
I asked a friend of mine. Of course, he was joking, but at the time I didn't catch it. I said, "What is holy water?" Just like what you said. I said, "Is
Yeah.
it tap water? What is it?" And he said, "It's regular water. You just boil the hell out of it."
Oh, you boil it. It's like you burn the demons. Fry, you demon! Turn
I
up the
don't
flame.
know.
Well, in that case, I brew of like a pot of holy water when I make my spaghetti at least once a
Yeah,
week.
I no, I honestly don't know, but I think if you're good and prayed up, and even
Yeah,
those guys like the Ghost Adventurers and the Ghost Hunters, they all
yeah.
they all do that, because if you believe in one, you believe in the other.
You
And
have to, because and then if people mess around with the Ouija boards and stuff.
oh, I don't do
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't. I don't even touch it. I look
Mm-mm.
at it and, like, as long as you don't do things to it, it won't activate. But if you're trying to find a nice spirit, like, hey, I'm gonna talk to my grandma. Well,
Right.
then other people, like, why would she just be listening? Like, everyone's hearing, getting a phone call. It's kind of like a phone call. They answer the phone and say, "Yeah, yeah, Jamie Cosley's grandma here," and everyone hears it. Get his grandma, get his. And then the bad guy hears like, "Oh, wait, I could be that wolf in grandma's clothing." "Hello, Jamie. This is your grandma. So you
Yeah.
you sound different, grandma." "Well, it's, in heaven, it's like that here. There's a lot of you can do what you want, and you know." But but I'm real curious about that. I need to bring in powers. I need more powers than that I have. And like when we were in Mexico, me and Raisky were driving. We drove to Mexico, and I was like, I don't know, I was like 22 years old, 23. On the way, we drove all the way there, so it was like a 48-hour drive. We slept sometimes, but we just kept going. But along the way, we stopped at this church. It was in Mexico. It had some old priest there, but we wanted to get blessed for our journey.
Mhm.
So that's his parents told him to go to this place. So the priest was he blessed us, but he gave us these little statues, and I don't know what the saint name is in it, but he's the saint for safe travel. So he gave this little thing, and he's in a little case. He's like a tiny little action figure. He's real small, and he's golden, and it's funny. And he's in this little plastic case. But he gave that to me, and I put it in my I call him Manny pack, my Manny pack. I
Manny
put him in there in a little side pocket, and he's been with me ever since. Like anytime I travel or I leave the house or go to a convention, that little guy is in my pocket. So I'm definitely bringing him with me. If he could ward off somebody's ghosts,
Yeah.
you know, somebody's spirits, because I don't know who's there waiting for us. Because if the ghosts have internet, they're gonna know we're coming. So they're gonna know. And like according to all these ghost shows, when they show the electronic meter, if you're here, say something to, and then they go,
Right.
no, go away. But how does the ghost know to talk in that thing? Make my light go red, and it goes, meow. Ooh, they like if you died in the Civil War, how do you know what electronics are? So
Right.
it's kind of, I think that's all. What's the word? Debauchery? Is that a lot of it is fake? Because like I know that we did those Gucci Nana videos, and that seemed pretty real to me. But I like we did that because let's go make our own, and then so I think a lot of that stuff on TV it could be
Right.
faked, but some of it might be real, and so I'm
Yeah.
not sure. But the coolest thing is like if we could if because I know we want to investigate too, so I just want to make sure before we investigate, I'm going to chug like 2 bottles of holy water and see what's just like. I don't want nothing, or maybe I'll just wear like a big thick fur coat or big coat, so nothing. If something touches me, I can't feel it because
Yeah.
I got to go through all of that cushion. Because normally it's like a guy could walk in there and get scratched on his back, but he's only wearing like a little T-shirt and like, oh, some scratch me. So
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know,
Those
So
are weird. We were watching one. I guess it was last week or the week before last. This guy, he was in a building that used to be a morgue, and
oh
it's the Jason guy from Ghost Hunters, and he said, he started going like he said something just touched my head, and so they shined the light, and his bald head had like red
oh
scratches on it,
yeah
and
yeah
so that's kind of strange, and I mean, of course the skeptic in me was like, okay, well somebody, during the
yeah.
commercial
That's
break,
easy
somebody
to edit. Yeah
because it makes for better TV, and,
yeah.
and no matter what happens, if they're in an old house, they all go, wait, oh,
What's that? Well, because it's so quiet, it could be a raccoon scratching. You
yeah,
know,
it
and
could be anything.
your imagination goes nuts because that's what you're there for.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I was watching I don't know if I said it before, but I was watching a 24-hour broadcast of the ghost guys, and they were opening up this haunted box, some ancient box that had spirits, and they didn't want to get close to it because anyone who got close, they would hear, so they would back up. So they called in a rabbi, Jewish priest, to come in and open the box. And since he had faith in the power, he had baby Jesus powers. I don't know if they had Jesus powers. I don't know what Moses powers maybe, but he came in. He came in, and on the show it's 24 hours. So he walked in, and they say, the guy said, "Now, Rabbi Joe, do you know why you're here?" And he went, "Oh yeah, I read the script in the limo on the way here." And he went, "No," and he walked away. And then he goes, "What? I know what to do." And then he said, "I don't need. Do we need to rehearse?" And he's like, "Oh." So he spoiled the show. Like
Yeah.
we know that it was like he was an actor coming in to do these things. He wasn't even a real rabbi. He was an actor, or
Right.
maybe he was, but he said he read the notes on the way here. Like man, and so you see the cool guy. walking away in the distance, and then they went to commercial, and then they got rid of the rabbi.
Yeah.
'Cause the rabbi found it; he wasn't cooperative and whatever they said, but they brushed it off as him just being possessed by the demon. I don't know what they said, but it was kind of cool. I like watching that, and that's when I'm like, "Oh man, come on, guys!"
Yeah.
And that's what I like about the Bigfoot expedition. Did you ever watch Bigfoot
Oh
stuff?
yeah, I love that stuff.
So like that could be like the Bobo show. That's all like I call it like Power Ranger. Power. It's like every episode's the same. The bad
Yeah.
guy gets big, and then they get big, and then they fight, and then they go back to school, and Bulk and Skull make a joke. But that's how the Bigfoot show is. Like they do the town hall, and it's every show is exactly the same. But in Expedition Bigfoot,
Hmm.
they they do a whole season which continues. It's like a binge watching show. And even if they're faking, if it's not true, they really make me believe that they believe it's true, that it's really happening. So I'm into it, man. Like when I watched it, I'll watch the whole season in one night. I'll just stay
Oh
up for
yeah.
like 15 hours and watch it all. But that's what the Ghost Adventures were trying to do, but it didn't quite work without editing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But imagine if we saw Bigfoot looking in the window at this haunted cabin.
Hey, you never know.
That'd be cool. Maybe the
You never
Gucci
know.
Nano will be out there. I know I talk a lot. Let's see what people are saying, man.
Okay.
Let's see. Blue Scar. He carries a sharp sword. Wolfie. I like that. Wolfie's got a little drawing of kids there. It's cool. Says, you're both full timers. A question. What tips do you have regarding full-time cartooning? Aka. When can I quit my job and make a comics for it? I don't know. I don't know. You just got to take a plunge, right? You just got to do it.
Well, I ended up losing a really good paying job in I guess it was 2008 now.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say it was a good job, it was in sales, and I've never made I've never made that much money, and I've never made that much money since.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so it was kind of like it was one of those things that I was forced, to do something. So I started when I first started, I would get on Twitter every day and look up, hashtag looking for an illustrator. Um, excuse me, and that's how I started illustrating picture books. And it started out with first time authors, and of course you've got to be careful when it comes to that, because um, so many times the story is, hey, I've got an idea, you draw it, and if anything happens,
Hmm.
we'll split the money. But the thing is, drawing is 90% of the work. I mean, it is,
Yeah.
and it's brutal. And so um, a few things that I did, and I think this comes from my background in sales, is I'm like, okay, well, if I can cold call people and ask them if they need furniture, can I do that and ask them if they need comic strips,
Hey,
cartoons,
why
whatever?
want a little Tony Pony comic?
And it sounds weird, but
Yeah.
I got in touch with a security company, and I designed a character for their business. Um, I worked with there was an office furniture magazine, and I did a comic strip for, I want to say 6 months, and I did it for free. And then I said, okay, well, I really enjoyed it. It was a great experience. But I'm going to have to, you know, I'm going to have to give this up. And then the company was like, well, what if we paid you?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
That's what that bunny, right? Hutch was his name?
Yep.
The bunny Hutch. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what, and I'm not boasting on my abilities. I think it was definitely a blessing. I know it was a blessing from the Lord. But for 5 years, I did a weekly comic strip,
Yeah.
and I was paid $800 a month.
Whoa.
Seriously,
That's
800.
that's a lot.
That is a whole lot.
That's pretty good,
I
man.
made so you're looking at about, you know, 10 grand for a year. And that was for 5 years I had that gig. Now, when I lost it, it broke my heart.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was
never,
200 a strip, right?
yeah,
That's
I never
great.
talked about it because I was like, because I know page rates
Yeah,
and I know it was ridiculous money. I was like, I'm not telling anybody about this gig
yeah. Until now. Yeah.
until now because it's gone.
Well,
But you
because
know,
like
because when you
that,
have people watching, then you're going to have 5 people reach out to their company. Hey, I'm better than Jamie. We've
yeah. Because it's weird because that's kind of what the page rates are now, around 200. But that's all of it. Like colors, inks, pencils, story usually.
yeah.
So that was a sweet gig.
And that was a blessing. But it's I really think if you're serious about wanting to draw full time,
Hmm.
then look for those opportunities that other people simply aren't going to. They're not. There some people get it in their head, okay, I have to stand in front of an editor at a convention and
Yeah,
let them berate me and
yeah.
trash
Let them
me,
tell them to go back to school and you
and
suck.
then I'll
Yeah.
keep going.
Hmm.
Or you can take the abilities that you have today and you can find um, other avenues of doing the work, looking for people that want to do a children's book
Yeah.
and say, okay, well, I will do it for this amount of money. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's definitely not easy, but at the same time, I would never tell anyone, well, because you're not quote unquote full time, then you're not the real deal. That's nonsense.
No, no.
There's a dude straight up, one of the best artists I've ever seen in my life, working for Lucasfilm, doing those posters, those hyper realistic posters,
Yeah.
And I mean, his commissions, we're talking thousands of dollars people pay,
Hmm.
and he still has a full time job somewhere.
Still works at the grocery store.
He still, and he told people, he said, yeah, he said, and because people were like, what? You don't do this for a living? He goes, well, I do it at nights and weekends, and I like this other job. So don't ever let anybody tell you that because you're not quote unquote doing it full time that you're not the real deal, because
Yeah.
that's just horse manure.
And you also have to figure out, um, there's no plan, there's no set, there's no formula. You have to make something that you have to be creative and create your own work. That's pretty much like you have to.
There you
You
go.
just said you
Yep.
got to seek it out and
Yep.
come up with ideas. Because if the formula was to sit in the editor at Marvel or DC and hope they hire you, that's probably not going to work. Like I don't know. That's not what I did either. You just got to publish your own comic book or find somebody who will pay you. And uh, I don't know. Like when I first started out, I was doing flyers for a truck part company. I was doing their ads, and I would get paid $50 a flyer, and
Mhm.
I wanted more money at one point. I said, "Can you guys give me $75 a flyer?" And then I did like two more, and then they didn't want to do it no more. I guess that was too much money. But I
And
would
I,
do I would do a little joke like in the flyer, a little joke about truck parts and trucks and truckers, and then it was fun. But
yeah.
then I worked for a hospital too, doing the same thing. I would draw mascots for the pediatrics, like I would draw a Band-Aid guy, and then I would draw kids a doctor would put a Band-Aid on a kid and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, so I would draw like the stethoscope. I would draw the stuff as characters, the little
That's
hammer.
awesome.
Yeah. So, but once I started doing that, they would pay me to do like their reminder cards, those postcards that you get in the mail, the reminder. So I
Mhm.
would design those and draw the characters on them. So like stuff like that. Like if you want to be a cartoonist, you don't necessarily have to make comic books. You could make whatever works, whatever you could
Yeah.
find and be
And
consistent.
I'll tell you another thing that was really um, kind of a game changer for me is, and this was before I started working with Star Wars Insider, which has been the biggest
Yeah.
thing for me personally. Is even before that, and I had a children's book or I had a comic book, is getting into the schools And if you are good at, you know, selling your passion, you know, if you love cartooning and you're like, okay, here's what we're going to do, man. Before COVID, I was really doing well with school visits,
Yeah.
library visits. And let me tell you something. Some libraries, and this is a true story, some libraries will pay, you know, the guys that do them, they're like magicians and balloon animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of those guys will go to the library for an hour and make $400.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not lying. That is, and so you say, if you say, okay, well, I'll come to your library. I'll do an hour event. It's interactive. We'll draw cartoons. I'll you know, teach kids how to draw Bugs Bunny, and you know, it's $150. You'll be surprised at
Yeah.
how many people will say, "Oh, that's not bad." So
Especially when it's 10 minutes from your house, and
yeah,
that's a great afternoon. You know.
absolutely,
Hmm.
absolutely, and put value on what you do, and like Art said, you know, I mean, I've never been nominated for anything, and
You won a
an
big Amoeba award.
well, okay, I
Good
think you're
job.
right.
That counts.
You're right. I'm
Best
sorry.
Sharpie artist. Yeah.
I was best sharp, which I don't even use Sharpies anymore, so
Yeah.
that's
You
hilarious.
did a few. You probably got a few in there. I can't remember how many. How many
But,
awards?
you know, I've never been nominated for an Eisner or, you
Yeah.
know, National Cartoonist or anything like that, but I'm telling you, um, there are avenues out there that people do not explore that, um, you know, and I mean, you know, caricature artists. Now, I'm not a real big fan. I mean, I'll do caricatures. I'm not a real big
Right.
fan of it though, because I think they either look generic or they're hurtful. You know,
Right.
like people will be like,
Yeah.
I've
I make fun of the guys all the time. So yeah, it's really hard to draw a lady versus a hurting guy. You know, you
I
can draw hurting guys.
I was at an office party once, and this lady, she came and she sat down in front of me, and she said, "You draw my face, but I want Betty Boop's body."
Oh.
And I said, "What?" And she goes, "I want Betty Boop's body on my
Ooh.
face." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
But those can be brutal. But there are things that you can do, um, that people simply are not going to. I mean, you'd be surprised. Art said it. You call and you ask for these things, and that's how I got
Hmm.
Star Wars Insider. I wrote him a letter and I said, "You don't have a comic strip. Do you want one?"
Yeah.
That's how that happened.
I'll draw blue snaggletooth, man.
So, you know,
Yak face. You create a yak face dad or something, or hammerheads. You you give all these guys. His name's Dad Face. Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, I hope that was kind of a long answer. And again, I hope
Yeah.
it's not. It,
You see what I wore for you too. I
I
showed you
don't.
earlier, but I got the Star Wars guys on her.
Oh
Bounty
yeah,
hunters. See? There they are. The
I
toys
love them.
we grew
I
up with.
love them. And you know, I hope it doesn't come across as boasting, because
Nah.
you know, for me too, I know that there have been things that the Lord has allowed to happen, and I know that, you know, that one gig, and I miss it. I mean, that was my house payment every month.
Yeah.
And
Plus
so,
you built a little universe because I know you were adding characters with that with the furniture guy with Hutch. You
yeah.
were adding characters to that. And I would read it. I don't know where I saw it. I think it's just on your website. But it was cool. You had all kinds of guys in there.
Oh, and you know, I told Christy when because it's been 2 years now since they let me go. But I mean, 5 years is a long time. But
Hmm.
I miss, as silly as it sounds, I miss Hutch, because that was something that I did every week,
Yeah.
and I miss him. I feel like, you know, he moved away, and
Yeah,
um,
yeah, he went to college. Yeah.
he went to college.
He got married and left. Yeah. Now, do you still have those Hutch stories, like the gags still?
Oh
Do
yeah.
they
Well,
come in?
see, I have found that when you have a deadline,
Yeah.
that's when, and usually, like, I would sit down, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna write 12 gags today. Just really fun stuff. I could never do it.
No, the pressure. I understand.
The
Yeah.
pressure is what, like, I had
Yeah.
this one where one of my favorites is Hutch and Thimble. They're sitting next to each other.
Thimble.
And Thimble's trying to help Hutch lose a little bit of weight. And and he
That's
says,
something comic characters never do. You know, I'm getting fat. I need to lose some weight.
because Thimble in my comic strip, Thimble lost a lot of weight, and it was because one of my coworkers at the time, Tom, he was a large guy, and he lost a ton of weight. And so they went from he all of a sudden he was sexy Tom.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's perfect fodder for a comic strip. So I'm gonna have Thimble, who was an old character that was a chubby little hamster, and he lost all this weight. So he's trying to pass that along to Hutch, and he says something like, "There's no I in team," or something like that. He's talking about teaming up with him, and so Hutch has this. You see this McDonald's bag, and he says there are plenty of eyes and Biggie size fries. And so that was the gag, and a lot of people that kind of stuff resonates with people because it's an everyday thing. Whoops.
Yeah.
Did
they call him Sexy Thimble in the comic after that?
Yeah. There was one where he was like, Hutch went, "Man, Thimble, look at you." Not that you can't be a sexy, heavyset person. I don't want anybody fussing at us. But in this particular case, this guy, Tom, the real life coworker, I mean, it probably saved his life.
Yeah.
And he was funny. So it was I always thought back to those times because I paid attention to people because every office, you've got the goofball, you've got the hothead. There was this one lady that was always just mad at everything.
Always, yeah.
And I remember she read one of my comics once and she came over to me and she said, "Is this me?" She said, "Is this character me?" And I was like, "No, are you kidding? Why would you think that?"
Was it really her?
It was. It absolutely was. She walked away and I was like, whoo, because because that was appearing in an actual online magazine too.
Yeah.
So she was really hot.
Distributed.
She was like, "Is this me?" I was like, "Absolutely not. Why would you think that? This person's horrible."
When I was like 18 and 19, I worked at a truck parts place, the same place I started making up flyers. Because after that, like, I started making flyers even after I left. And but at nighttime they would have me answer the phones, and so through the phone booth where the booth was, I could see the front counter guys were all there. So I would just draw the counter guys on Post-it notes, like they were interesting looks, and then I would just put them on the glass. So when the lady would come in the next morning, the phone operator, she'd see him and like, "Who drew all this?" So that's kind of how, like, I was sitting there waiting for the phone to ring, but I'd sketch all these guys, and so that's kind of like relating to you. I just draw characters of the people I work with, and that's kind of how it starts. You just get these ideas. Yeah.
Oh,
I
used to get some great names from when I worked at the this bowling center, and every piece of equipment had these different little names, and and I would swipe those names because they sounded like characters.
Yeah.
Like if you're walking through
capacitor.
Yeah, there was a light bulb, and so I took the name Dim Halogen. I was like, "Oh, that sounds like a Jedi."
Yeah, that does.
Dim, and what was it?
On the light side.
There was one called Rusty Rivets or something.
How about Shanky Whistle Teats? Was that a power tool or something?
Unfortunately, that was all me. What else are people saying?
How about Nippy Wallaboosh?
Did they all check out?
Yeah, let's see who's here. Let's see. Hey, how are you guys? Booga's night.
Hey.
Brian Lynch is here. So one of the saddest things I saw said, "One day you and your friends went out to play for the last time, and you didn't know it.
Oh, I know. Oh gosh,
You just got to go out again.
I have
No, I
thought about
know.
that a lot.
I was thinking about that because I can't remember what happened to. Well, I can remember, but I can't remember the last time I played with my baseball gloves and my hockey sticks. And I remember I lost. We lost our baseball gloves camping or something, but I don't ever remember looking for them again. Like
Hmm.
that was it. That was our last baseball game. But
Mm.
but then you like think of the stuff you lost, but then I'm like, I could easily just go buy another glove,
Yeah.
But um I don't really play because it hurts now to throw the ball. So I
Yeah.
don't know. So I don't know. Let's see this guy. Anthony says, I'm not great at the numbers, but I bet this Art and Jamie team up will break the inner tubes.
Oh man, I hope so.
Yeah, man. Just don't swim while you watch us and you'll be all right. Don't swim. You got to wait an hour. Appreciate all the moments. I know we're getting a little
Yeah.
sentimental. We're
Yeah.
sending
That
out the dad vibes over there.
dads.
Let's see
Yeah.
what they say. Really appreciate longer conversations and drawing shows because it means I sit down and draw along. Yeah, I do
Oh,
that too. And
right on.
I listen to live streams. All our friends, I listen to live streams. I listen to a lot of Star Wars shows and toy shows.
Oh yeah.
And I'll click on a live stream and it'll say, "Oh, this live stream's 5 hours." I'm like, "Oh, good. Let me save that one." So I'll
Yeah.
at night I'll watch a live stream, and then I'll watch the whole thing, and I'm still drawing. I'm like, "Wow, I just sat through a 5 hour live stream,
Yeah.
and I'm still like, and I'm not tired." That's probably how I stay up till 7 a.m. all the time. The vampire's present, man. He's always here. Let's see what these guys. That piece sounds awesome. I've had problems from typing all day, so I get the pain.
Oh yeah.
TJ
Yeah.
Chronic.
Yep. That's my buddy.
Oh, is he? You know
He's
TG?
he's a good man. Yeah.
Is he sexy, TG?
He's a good supporter and friend, and yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. And I put our links in the video. So I
Mhm.
put your jamiecosley.com in there,
Oh,
and
nice,
we could buy our books and stuff
nice.
because we're gonna have the Meteorite Space Cricket book up in October, but I'm
Yes.
working on that. I'm trying to get the pages scanned. I have them here. You can hear them. That's
Oh
them right
yeah.
there. All the pages. Like he's
Yeah.
just touching stuff. He's not even showing. Like Jamie's big respect for keeping the tree up.
Yeah. That let me get out of the way.
Yeah,
That
there it is.
the Christmas tree, we keep that up all year long, and that was because one Christmas. This has probably been 10 years ago. I was like, man, I'm really sad. I don't want to put everything away. And Christy was like, well, let's just leave one up in the foyer,
Yeah.
and then every season she'll do like an Easter tree or put beach balls on it for a summer tree. And
Oh,
so
cool.
that tree never goes down, and it makes me so happy. Like if I had the space, I would have an entire room that was just Christmas all year long.
Yeah.
I would keep it up.
You should just wear dress like Santa all day. Just by red and white clothes and green gloves and stuff. Or you could dress like an elf. That'd be good
Yep.
too. Put some ears on you.
Right
Yeah.
on.
You look good. You're probably too tall to be an elf, though. I'm not sure. We got some good points. Anthony Latch, Wolfies. See, they're talking to each other now. Shout out for the Cartoonist by Night podcast. Yeah,
Oh
man, it's
yeah,
gonna be cool.
I watched that. That was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it.
It was weird listening to that because they were talking about me and Franco and Aya Comics, and after listening to it, and while I was listening to it, I kept thinking, man, I do a lot of stuff. How do I have time to do all this stuff? And
Oh, I
it's
wonder
weird
that.
how, yeah, it's weird how others see you. Because I do stuff all day long. I just wake up and just draw all day, and just
Yeah.
keep going. And but I don't realize at the end of the week, if I look back at what I did that week, then I can see, wow, I did accomplish a lot. 'Cause people say that a lot. I work with everyone I work with now, like especially when we do these books for hospitals and stuff. All the guys I talk to associated with that say, "Man, you produce a lot of content." Like,
You do.
yeah, yeah.
You
I don't
always
know.
have.
Yeah, and like today, I'm gonna draw stuff. I'll probably be up all night again, but doing live show, it's kind of weird. Like all over the place. And it's
Yeah.
fun when I see the family too, and they're all like surprised. Hey, there he is! I'm like, no, it's just me, and I'm just your cousin. So it's kind of like it wears off. If I visit more, it wears off. So yeah, it's weird when the Cartoonist by Night podcast, like the host first episode, they were talking about us, and I was laughing, and then I was like, "That's correct. That's right. I did do that. That happened." So
Yeah,
it's kind of fun. Yeah,
that was neat.
I can't wait to hear their next one because I think their new one is up. Yeah,
Cool.
their new show. Yeah, man. The reveal. Wolfie. Wolfie's always cool too. That's going to be an awesome event. Please live stream something. Man,
We're gonna try. We're
yeah,
definitely gonna try.
I'm definitely scared.
Don't be
Definitely
scared.
So only Catholics can make the holy water. Only them. Like,
Yeah, he might be right because my friend that I asked the question about, he was Catholic because
yeah,
it was a Catholic
priest
funeral,
plus water.
and I
Oh,
I sang at a Catholic funeral once, and it was different. It was um yeah, it was different.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. They're all
Yeah,
they
yeah.
all
I
do
mean,
the thing, same thing. I've
yeah,
been to one recently where we didn't. It wasn't a Catholic funeral, and I wasn't used to it. Like, what's happening right now? Like, we're joking around. Like there was
yeah,
a big. We are telling jokes and stories, and it wasn't a like kneel, sit, stand,
right.
and like
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore. And even like I was, I was in church recently and sitting next to my mom, and she said, "You have to kneel now," and I said, "I can't. Why not?" I said, "It hurts. I can't. I got a bad knee." And then I just leaned forward, and she went, "Oh," and I think she realized her son is an old guy now. Like I can't do it, just hurts to sit on these wooden benches and like I know. So it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
She gave me the mom look like, you better do your thing. No. Yeah, man. Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet.
Well, one more thing, if you have time, that I wanted to do
Yes, we're gonna do it.
before we wrap up is if people that are still watching, I've been trying to do this thing recently. I haven't introduced it on my YouTube yet, but I'm going to, and it's basically uh, draw from memory. So if somebody
Oh
comes
yeah.
up with a character, like somebody suggests something, and it's best if it's something that's maybe not mega popular, like Popeye or Mickey Mouse,
Hmm.
but some obscure character. And I know you're gonna be better than me at this,
Hmm.
but let's try to remember what the character looks like and try to draw like little Lulu. Let's both try to draw it, and then we'll share our drawings.
So okay. So we take requests.
Let's take requests, and you and I can pick. It could be like old Terry tunes. It could be uh, anything really, but try to make it uh, challenging, like something obscure. Like don't say Popeye because
Yeah.
I can draw him in my sleep.
Oh, look at what happened. I was just talking about my mom. There she is. I enjoy listening to your live show.
Hey,
Sorry, Mom. I'm glad you. Okay. I apologize for not kneeling in church, but it does hurt.
oh, I haven't
can't
seen
do it.
her in so long.
Yeah, she's still the same. Look at here's one. 7 Zark 7.
Oh,
You
is
remember
that
him?
is
He's from
that?
Battle of the Planets.
Oh
Can you
gosh,
draw him?
I don't remember him.
Or
I,
should we
I
do
was thinking he was Space Ghost.
7 Zark? We could draw Space Ghost too. I think you're used to that. How about the Max? You know the Max?
Oh yeah.
Should we draw the Max?
Oh wow.
I'm gonna draw 7 Zark 7 too. I
All
think
right.
you look like oh
Is
man, I don't
is
remember.
he one of those bird people? Battle of the
7 Zark
Planets?
7 was that robot who remember Battle of the Planets with G Force? Where G
Oh,
Force was in there? He
I
was the
can't.
robot. He was always in the beginning of the show.
I'm gonna try to do Max.
Yeah, I'm gonna do both. Let me see.
I can't
I
remember.
I can't remember 7 Zark 7, but I know he was almost like an R2D2 ripoff. He was a cross between R2D2 and that Power Ranger guy. Ay 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 ay.
Oh,
Like that guy. Yeah,
yeah.
he was a cross between those two guys. So he looked like both of those guys kind of. Yeah.
Oh man.
But I don't know. I'm gonna draw what I think he should what I think he should look like. I'm probably creating a new character. And this is a true story too. I audition for a lot of books and I don't always get the jobs, you know. And there was this book series called Robots. It's out there now. I forgot who published it. I think it's Simon Schuster. But I auditioned for them and I designed some robots for them. And and I didn't get the job. But they eventually came out with uh the book. But when you see the designs, they kind of look like mine, but
Oh,
they look like they told the artist, "Here's what we have so far. Go with this." And so one day I was just thinking, "Man, whatever happened to the robots?" And so I looked it up, and then I saw that the books came out, and I could see my designs behind the characters. I'm
man.
like, okay, I could see because there's a shorter, chubby robot, and then like R2 and 3PO, I based them on. I based them off of R2 and 3PO and Ernie and Bert. So
Yeah,
there's like, you know, how Bert's taller. And if you look like Ernie and Bert, they kind of look like R2 and 3PO. They're the way they stand next to each other. So I went back and looked at my designs and they were so far different than what robots. So I'm reusing them. I'm bringing them back. And
nice.
like every time a design happens and it doesn't get used, I'll just recycle and it'll show up somewhere else. So I'm making a book called Moon Happy Sunrise, and it's like and like I said, like when in cartooning or you get a job and things disappoint you and hurt you, and then instead of like going home and crying, it usually gets you mad. And what happens to me is like when stuff gets me mad, I get stronger. Like
Yeah.
I lose Super Pet's job, well then I make something else. I lose this job and I make something else. And with um with Drew and Jot, it was taking a long time for number 2 to come out and I was getting mad that like, man, how come this book's not out? I wish I could make it my own. And then so I created Moon Happy Sunrises in the Drew and Jot universe. And so it's 3 astronaut kids, and then I incorporated those robots. So hopefully
Cool.
in pretty soon, 2024, 25, I'm still doing my monthly books, but in 2024, I want to do Powers in Action, a monthly Powers in Action book. And then after that, I'll probably be simultaneous, but I want to do after Powers in Action. I want to do Moon Happy Sunrise. Like, I just want to do a series, and it's
Nice.
so much fun. Yeah,
That's cool, man.
and I just said a lot of stuff. I'm saying it for my mom because hopefully she's still here listening.
Hi, Mom.
Oh yeah, Happy Mother's Day again. Yeah, happy happy celebration of the maternal parent lineage celebration.
Okay, I have the Max
Yeah, me too.
from memory. I did not Google, I promise. But
Yeah.
that's probably why it's going to be so off model. And I tried to remember the girl too, but
Oh, I got
all right.
Seven Zark 7 and Max.
Man, I'm embarrassed that I don't know who Seven's Arc 7 is.
I'm gonna show what he looks like.
Okay.
That's him.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. That's what got me on my robot because I know that's not him. So
Yeah,
I'll probably use this design somewhere else.
love it.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to see my Max?
Yes.
All right, let me see here.
Oh, look at him. Oh, look at that. We're gonna be dueling Maxes. Here's mine.
Oh.
I forgot he had a claw, so that claw on the one hand looks weird.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Let's see what other people are saying. I want to draw
All right.
another guy.
Do another one.
Let's see. Who we got? We got Krang from Ninja Turtles, Conan and Red Sonja. We got Underdog, Tennessee Tuxedo. That one sparked emotion. Draw Tennessee Tuxedo and Underdog.
All right, let's try those.
CCC Tennessee
right.
Tuxedo.
I love
what?
Tennessee.
Yeah, what I've been buying all these Soaky toys lately.
Oh yeah.
The Soaky shampoo bottles, and they have all of the I got one of Tennessee Tuxedo recently.
I got him too.
Yeah, he's cool. And I just got a Squiddly Diddly. I got a few guys.
Squealy diddly.
Yeah. And I have, man, I don't know if I've ever drawn Tennessee Tuxedo
I don't think I have either. All right, let's
because
see here.
I got the memory coming back with him. Yeah. This is a good show. We're giving people what they want today.
That's
The
right.
content is spec is high on us content level of
It's
this show today.
it's actually funner. It's more fun when you kind of remember the design and you come up with something that's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. I think he's kind of tall, right?
Yeah, my guy got attitude.
I
Yeah.
think he's tall.
I'm gonna draw an underdog too.
Oh, I love underdog.
I was in a concert once singing that while the guitar player played the underdog song.
All
I thought that was pretty cool.
right, let's see.
It was a concert at in our store.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think
My underdog's looking like crypto.
the feet on my Tennessee is not going to be right, but
Yeah. I ran
oh
out of room.
shoot, does he have a bow tie? I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay, underdog. Let's see here.
Yeah, these are like, it's weird. Like I was gonna say these are good warm up drawings, but I normally don't do a warm up drawing because I always feel they waste time.
Yeah,
I could spend 15 minutes drawing the real thing.
right.
Yeah, this dog don't look right. I'm gonna do him again. Looks like crypto. I don't know what underdog looks like, but he's got a weird.
I think he's got.
This
let's
one's
see.
more like him. I don't know how his ears are. Oh, there it is. Yeah, his ears are floppy like Goofy's, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I drew mine like thick ears. Hey, this guy looks weird too. He looks like Snoopy.
Oh, I think I didn't do his shirt big enough though. Oh well.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
these guys. Both my dogs look weird. Because I know our guy, Matt. This is Matt. Matt. How come I can't think of his last name right now? The guy who draws underdog. I just
Oh
saw
yeah,
him.
yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I just saw him in Muncie.
Hansel.
Yeah, Matt Hansel. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna call him Hardigan, but I knew that wasn't him.
he's good. And our friend Adrian Ropp, he draws.
Yeah.
He draws.
Yeah, he's good. He does Disney stuff too.
Yeah, he's really good.
Every time I see these guys drawing,
It doesn't look like underdog.
like, yeah, mine look awful. Like every time I see these guys drawings, I want to hire them. You know, it's weird. Like
Yeah,
I want to hire these guys to do my books, but I wonder
Matt?
if I want to hire everybody.
Matt does a really good Dick Brown. He can draw Hagar. It looks just like Dick Brown drew it. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I saw that he was drawing that at Muncie. I looked through his portfolio and it was really cool.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, what do you got?
Okay.
Oh, look at them.
That's
Oh,
I
they look
can't, I
good.
can't figure out how to do the. Here we go.
Here's my Tennessee tuxedo right here.
Oh, that's good.
Then I got two hurting underdogs.
I like your Tennessee tuxedo, man.
Yeah, he's all right. I might just swipe it and make it my own character. But here's my two underdogs. See, one look like Crypto and one looks like Snoopy Goofy.
Oh yeah,
So,
Snoopy.
Snoopy and Goofy. This one right here. This one looks like Crypto.
I love it.
Yeah. I haven't drawn them. I don't know if I've ever drawn underdogs since I'm a kid. But look at on my Tennessee tuxedo. I gave him a tail.
That's pretty close to
I don't know if he
accurate
has
right
a tail though. Meh. I'm Tennessee tuxedo. See,
there. Yeah.
its name is Tennessee Tux. See,
He was the John Adams, right? From Get
Yeah.
Smart. Yeah.
99. Yeah, Agent 99. Whatever his name was. Dun, 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 dun. I forgot the song.
All right.
The people are saying stuff, man.
What
This
do we
guy
got?
said the Slee Stack, Land of the Lost.
Oh, Slee Stack.
And this guy, Brian Lynch, wants you to draw 7 Zark 7 based on my design. He's all wrong. Yeah. Drew and Jot is so cool. Stoked to hear about Moon Happy Sunrise. Can't wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Drew and Jot #2. I think it's coming out in March. Every time I look, it's always March, but they keep changing the date. But I think it's 2024. I'm hoping to make #3.
A Slee
But
Stack.
Moon Happy Sunrise, man, it's going to be cool. I got to figure out what they do. like, but it takes place in the Drew and Jot universe, which nobody really knows. The only one who's going to know that are the kids who read it. They're like, hey man, but I think it's going to start where Action Cat's going to find a sketchbook on the ground as he's walking. It's just blowing in the it's on the street and it's raining and he saves it. And I think he starts reading it, and I think that's how I'm going to introduce Moon Happy Sunrise to the Oh Yeah Comics universe.
That's cool.
That might be cool, right? Who are you drawing right now? 7
It's supposed to be a Slee stack, but
Oh
it
yeah,
looks,
let's draw Slee Slag.
it looks like Bosk.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever drew a Slee Stack.
I don't think I've ever drawn one.
I got to make a painting because I'm painting all these monsters behind me. It'd be fun.
He probably wears shoes, I guess.
Yeah. We should put all these on eBay. That's what I'm gonna do. These will all be on eBay. Starting bid $100.
$100. Oh my gosh, this is a bad Slee stack.
My editors are watching me. Said, "Hey, where's my stuff? You're goofing off. I saw your Slee Slag drawing."
This is more important.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't. Oh, I got emails. Let's see if there are any. Because usually that happens. Ooh, nothing. Good. I could continue to goof off.
Leave us alone.
Shut up. Yeah.
Actually, actually, I don't have any. Well, actually, I do have an editor, but I'm working on my stuff. So
yeah, I'm working on a top secret awesome project. I think you know about it. And then I'm working with Svengoolie.
Oh,
I just
I
did
love
some
him so
Svengoolie
much.
stuff. Yeah. I could talk
Okay.
about that. I don't know
got
what
a
else.
Slee stack.
Yogs. You got Slee Stack?
Can I show it?
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. I keep messing up how to. Whoop.
Oh, look at him. He's wearing a shirt. He's got shoes on. See, that's a character you could use. You could use that guy. There's my guy right here.
Oh, he looks like he's from Gilbert.
Yeah, he's got the bug eyes. Yeah, he does. He's got the Kermit the Frog collar on him. A stick.
That's awesome.
I'm going to make sure I put him up here. Slee Stack. Put these on eBay. Should I put them up there?
Yeah.
Starting bid $5.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Put the auction, see what happens. I like putting auctions because most of the auctions I sell them for like maybe $30, but they always go like $22, $23, $26. Once in a while, I'll have one drawing that runs away with it. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, Colossus was like $75. Like, why? Like, that one guy, like, it's one guy wants it. And, like, so all my drawings were selling, yeah, like the Creech. Yeah, they were all selling regular. And then one guy gets outrageous.
All right.
Oh, yeah. D. Brad wants this Svengoolie. Svengoolie sneak peek drawing.
Oh, I love Svengoolie so much.
Yeah, let's draw Svengoolie. I could draw. I don't know if I'm allowed to show you any comic book drawings yet because I finished all my stuff, but I'll draw what he looks like in the comic.
Yeah. I love him.
Yeah, he's cool.
I watch every week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's awesome. I'm going to draw what he looks like in my comic. I'm sure they won't mind. Hey, you can't show that. Yeah. But it's pretty fun. So it took a little while for me to draw a Svengoolie that I liked, that was my style, but it still looked like him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always tend to, like, when I draw from reference, the character always ends up looking stiff. Like, he doesn't have that flow, like, so I drew him a bunch of times. Then, of course, I step away and then draw him just based on memory, and he looks better.
Yeah.
Because now I know all the stuff he needs. Like not like Tennessee Tuxedo. Like, I'll look, if I look at reference, I'll see what I did wrong. But with Svengoolie, I have to get him right because it's got to get approved and stuff. But but it was fun to draw him, and I drew him a little. I drew him cartoony, where he looks like. Well, you'll see. He looks like my style, but I'm not going accurate to the actor.
Yeah.
Because he's a little older and he's thicker, so I like to draw a cartoony version. So my version almost looks like a Batman villain to me. Yeah.
I want to give him Dexter feet.
I keep drawing guys without the feet. Yeah, I got him. But I already know. So my guy's not. He's from memory, but I just drew him yesterday. I was up last night finishing something.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Here's Sven. That's what he looks like in the comic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's looking like. So he's real cartoony and tiny. Oh, look at him! Like you could turn to him and say, "Hey, Sven, how you doing? Do you like chicken?" How does he talk?
I love him.
Talks like Guido Sarducci.
Last week was. What was last? Oh, it was week before last when they showed Blackula, which I had never seen from 1972. Oh, I gotta let my dog out. Can I pause for a second?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, well, so I'll read some of these.
All right.
We don't get super chats, but I'm gonna call them super chats because they're all super. Yeah, man. Let's see what you guys are saying. Should I go back in time? There's some comments from back in time. Yeah, man. Anthony Lash said the Gucci Nana is real. Swig for Gucci Nana. Swig for Anthony Lash. My coffee is cold right now, but it's still thriving. Scoot McMahon is here. Hello, Scoot. Scoot Pie. Scoot McMania. Hello, guys. Big Swig. Eric Holtgren. Holtgren is another guy. I live in Toledo area, and we keep our comics in a big barrel in the garage. I got to ask him, where do you guys keep your comics? Of course, Mom's listening. Hello, Mama. I'm late. Hello, Jamie. D. Brad is here. It's always good to see D. Brad. Matt Rogers said, Vernon, the cameraman from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I don't know that. We'll see if Jamie remembers that. We got a Conan and Red Sonja request. We'll see what happens there. Draw the memory. Drawing from memory is a fun idea. Draw tenants. Oh, yeah, we did that. We did that, man. I was so stoked to hear it. Yeah, man, Moon Happy Sunrise is going to be fun. I've been writing a lot of that, and I'm trying to figure out what the characters do. So far, I have 5 robots in there. I might do 7, because so far there's 5 robots, and they're all called Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are their names. But I'm thinking, like, it would be fun to have robots in there, and they can only use the designated robot on that day. And so on the weekends, the robots get time off. So I thought that would be pretty funny as a comic, but I'm not sure what they do yet. But maybe if they get in trouble on the weekends, they got to fight their own battles without the robot. I'm not sure, but it'll be fun. If you post these drawings, put them besides an official picture of, see how close you are. Yeah, that'll be good. I like your monkey drawing, D. Brad. It's cool. Classic McDonald's guys. Yeah, we could draw some of those guys. I hear Jamie laughing. Jamie's laughing. Oh, yeah, man.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Oh, you're good. I was riffing. Yeah, people. I was riffing, man.
Classic. Yeah. That's a classic McDonald's, guys.
Yeah. Should we draw those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a grimace. Whatever guys you want. Yeah.
All right,
What guys?
I knew what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right, let's see here.
I'm gonna do several. Yeah, this guy. I'm just drawing him weird now. This guy looks wrong. I'm gonna get canceled for this drawing. Hey, that's not where his arm goes. Yeah. See, this I'm drawing Grimace, but he looks like another character that I want to put in my comic now.
Grimace is so cool.
I know this is not him. I'm drawing from memory, and I know it's not him. But imagine, like, when Grimace first appeared, he had 4 arms. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah. I have a toy with him with 4 flappy little hands.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But that's the one I'm goofing off on that one. But I'm going to try to draw him for real. But I know he looked like... Yeah, I'm going to draw the way his toy looked. I have a little Grimace. I don't know if it's from the McDonald's Playland, but I remember having a Grimace toy with 4 hands. This guy looks weird too.
I'm drawing the cheeseburger cop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forget his name.
Big Mac.
I gotta give him a badge.
My grimace is looking moist. I'm not sure. But
He said moist.
maybe I'll add him to my Moon Happy Sunrise comic because he looks weird.
Moist Grimace. That was my high school band name.
Was it? Yeah.
Okay.
They were when I worked at the Board of Trade, walking around. People always wanted to give nicknames to people, and so my first day, somebody says, "We're gonna call you Grimace," and I'm like, "Nah, you gotta think of something better. That's not good." And it didn't stick because I said that. Like, nah, that's not. I thought that was funny.
Here's my guy.
Oh, look at that. He's cool. The Big Mac and cheese. I drew two. This is the one I knew I was goofing around, goofing him up. But then I drew this. This is more like what he looks like.
That should be a T-shirt.
Yeah, I want to draw. I like this one. This one a lot.
The
I'm gonna
first one looks like a chicken nugget.
Yeah, I don't know what he's supposed to be. Yeah, he does. But he has a bulge in the wrong spot. He's bulging forward. Like, and he's got a hand coming out. Yeah, I like this guy. And he's got a bow tie. See, I put a tie on him.
I love him.
I like this guy because he is. I don't know if he has feet or not. I don't know what those are. But this is what this is Grimace. These are. I'm gonna put these on eBay.
These
The
are
whole
awesome.
lot for $100. You know.
That's right. Send art to Virginia.
Mhm. I'm gonna draw McDonald. I'm drawing Ronald McDonald.
Oh, Ronald McDonald. Yeah, let's draw Ronald McDonald. Oh man, what does he look like?
I got a Giro Man book coming. I just have I have Giro Man #1. I just got it and printed. I have a copy upstairs, and eventually it'll be on my site for sale. But I have a character in there called Reggie McDougal, who's based off of Ronald.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he's mad at Giro Man for becoming the #1 mascot, food mascot, and he became the #1 food mascot, and so he's mad at Giro Man. So he's the actual villain in my book.
If
So it's
if I
kinda cool.
remember correctly, there was maybe it was Charlton. They did a McDonald's book, and the way the guy drew Ronald McDonald was so cool. It was way off model,
Oh,
but it was so fun. I don't know if it was Charlton or Dell maybe, or Gold Key. I don't know.
was it an official Ronald McDonald comic?
It was official.
Wow,
And it looked so good.
I like that stuff. I used to read the Bozo the Clown comics when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Those were cool. When he had a little boy ringmaster kid with him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those were good. I got my Ronald.
All right, let's see.
He's looking awful. You show yours first.
Okay, me first. Let's see
Yeah.
here.
Oh, look at him. Yeah, he's a little flamboyant fella. Look at mine. Mine hates you. Yeah, mine's mad.
Look at his hair.
And he's got a bat and a fry.
Oh,
Yeah, he's like,
that's brilliant.
is that for you, Jamie? That's what he's saying. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, man. See what you guys. I don't know what you guys are saying. Jamie's right. Ronald comic is from Charlton. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
he
gotta
got
get it.
facts. Facts are here.
And
It's like-
you should
Oh yeah, go on. What are you saying?
you should definitely, like, you would love it. Like if you looked it up, you'd be like, oh, this is something that I would want to own.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked that up.
Yeah, it is so cool.
I want him to be hurting. He's creepy. He's not even in McDonald's anymore. They don't even show the guy.
I know.
There used to be a statue with the McDonald's by my son's college, and he's gone. Like they took it
man.
away. Like, man, what happened to him?
That's sad.
Like I remember when I was younger and dangerous and crazy. Me and my friends we'd always look at this. There was a big Popeye Popeye statue outside Popeye's Chicken.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, wouldn't it be cool? Like one day we could just go steal that thing. And so we actually went and checked it out and like looked at how he was attached, and he was he was big. Had to be about 10 feet tall, and the and he was on a big pillar, so he was real big, and so his feet were welded to a concrete block. So we're thinking, how are we going to do this? We have to get like a saw, and like if we just cut him off at the knees, or if we do the feet, it's going to be hard. And we tried to see, and we knocked on him, and he felt like he was hollow, but he was
Mhm.
metal, and that it was molded to the concrete.
Oh,
So
geez.
so we thought about it, we planned it, and then one day we drove by and someone else stole it. It was
Oh,
it was gone. Like and we looked and it was chopped. Like his feet, exactly what we were talking about. His feet were still there. And then somebody took it. I'm like, holy cow. Like I don't know if someone stole it or just a car ran into it or something, but his feet were still there and they were chopped off. I'm like, oh my God, somebody beat us to it. So maybe someone was maybe somebody was watching us, but that was weird. So I don't think we would have ever done it because I didn't have anything that could chop, But I thought that was funny. Yeah. Shut up and draw, Balthazar. It's a good show. We liked this show when you guys were talking. Now it sucks.
here's my. Since you mentioned it. Yeah.
What is that? Oh, Popeye. Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
Look how big his chin is.
I like him.
Looks like
He's
a
very
butt.
swoopy. Yeah, he looks good.
Looks like a butt.
Yeah. Here's my Mayor McCheese. Here's Mayor McCheese for you.
Oh, that.
He looks hurting.
That's beautiful.
You're like, this guy Balthazar can't draw anymore. Look at what he's doing.
Every one that you've done, I would wear as a shirt.
I should make him as a shirt. I want to draw Popeye now. I remember Popeye being real strange because when I would try to draw him as a kid, there was things to Popeye that didn't exist on real people's faces.
Yeah.
Like he's got weird lines in his mouth, and his chin, I don't understand what's going on, and his arms, of course. But there was always things with Popeye that was strange.
There's a cool documentary out, and it's free, and
Nice.
it's talking about when Popeye came out. Of course, he first appeared in, what was it, Thimble Theater.
Yeah.
But when he came out with cartoons, his popularity at the time rivaled Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Fleischer.
He was super popular.
Yeah, and he was made for the guys coming home from the war.
Yep.
That's why Olive gets abused so much, because it was masculine humor. It was humor made for soldiers, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they was encouraging them to beat their wives, I guess. But no,
Oh, gosh.
But here's my Popeye. He
All right,
looks
let me
too
see.
real. He looks too real. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he looks too much like him. I tried watching Popeye. I showed my kids, and my daughter was real mad at the show. She said, "Dad, this olive oil keeps telling Bluto no, and then he keeps trying to choke her and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, yeah.
This hot, and she said, "You watched this as a kid?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, and she got off the couch and walked away. I can't show it to her. She gets mad at it.
That's what messed us all up.
Yeah, that's why we are the way we are. Yeah. Yeah. They were getting away with trying to steal Popeye statues and stuff.
Do we have any more suggestions?
Let's see what we got. Yeah, I haven't looked. Let's see what else people say. Great stuff. Andrew Clark liked it. These guys are like very own Adam Crone, Skokie Spidey. Both had Spawn as Fanguli auditions. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, cool.
Both of my friends had stuff that aired.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. Let's see what D. Brad's saying. I don't want to hog the drawing suggestion, but it would be fun to see you draw a cartoon of each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could do that. Let's do that.
All right, let's see here.
I gotta narrate though while I draw. Well, golly, I could praise the Lord. I like Star Wars. We should go to the Star Wars Fest. Well, golly, everybody.
That's me.
Yeah, that's what you sound like.
That's
You're like,
definitely
yeah. It's like, I draw stuff. Oh, would you like to buy a rolling desk? would you like to buy a piece of furniture? When I first met you, you had little Tony Pony mini comics,
yeah.
and you said, "This is my comic." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And I said, here's mine, Great Baby Adventures."
Oh yeah, it's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
That's where we met.
and I had little action figures I was making.
You had stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I always had to make action figures because I only had like 2 comics. So if I wanted to make any money, I'd have to I'd have to sell 100 copies, and so it was real hard to do. So I would sell 3 action figures, and I'd make money because the figures were $15. I remember. So it's like, I want to, man, I want to go home with some money. I got a hotel room to pay for, but I'm going to the book show. There's a library show coming up July next month. So they're going to really show Yogs. I'm promoting
Nice.
Yogs and stuff. Yeah, I'm working on book 2 right now. They haven't shown anything. I think they're going to debut the cover.
Mhm.
They're going to show the cover over there for book 2. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it. Like I was going to mention earlier, um, we worked so long, and that's why I was going to say you should bring back Hutch in some form, and because everything I've ever worked on is coming back now. Like I work on Powers in Action are like my superheroes from high school, and Yogs are the comic book I started with in '92, and so it's all just coming back, which is really fun.
That's awesome.
And nothing ever goes away. Like I recycle the robot designs. I'm gonna take some of these guys. I think. I don't know the burger. I got a character called the Burger Sling, and he looks like this guy a little bit, but he has real big strong arms. Like he's a weightlifter, and one of his arms is injured, so that's in a sling. But he hates Gyro Man, and Gyro Man's trying to get rid of the Burger Sling because he's trying to poison Petaville with his ketchup and mayo mixed. like we were shopping yesterday. This is a true story. We were shopping yesterday, and Gordy saw like Heinz makes like all these different like Cranch and like mayo chip and all these hello mayo chips. They do all of these different flavors that are combined combinations. So he picked up the ketchup and mayo and he went, "What the?" And he grabbed it and he looked at it and he goes, "Gear Man wouldn't approve." And he put it back on the shelf because he read the book and he slaps the guy who's the half yeah, he slaps the guy who's half
in,
male.
in typical
Yeah,
cartoon fashion,
yeah. You ready?
I censored it, but I drew you without
Oh.
pants.
Yeah. Oh, good. You got me accurate. I'm not wearing them now.
Oh, I love it.
There he is.
Look at that.
He said, "Well, golly, well, I praise the Lord, baby Jesus. You could drink all the holy water you want. We'll just say a prayer before you go in that house."
He's going to see Jamie.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, where you going? Do we need pants? We don't need pants. It's funny. These are all going on eBay. I'm putting them all up. I'm gonna mail you the Jamie Cosley one though.
Oh yeah.
I might
Oh,
color it up.
wow.
I'm gonna color it up. You could use it. You could put it in your Blue Scar next issue of Blue Scar.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'd be good. You're a good man, sir.
You're a good
Sweet.
man.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Do people have questions? We still good? Yeah. My daughter will get home in like 15 minutes, so I'm still good.
Yeah, mine too. Bus will be pulling in.
Draw a dead star. Did you ever hear my dead star story?
Uh-uh.
Well, I was like 8, 9 years old. Whenever the Death Star toy came out, I was like 9, a little kid, 10 years old maybe. And we went to Sears, and at Sears, when you would go see Santa, it was Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh was on the big throne, and you go sit on Winnie the Pooh's lap and tell you what you want for Christmas. And so we missed him. I'm like, oh, he wasn't in a chair. And then I was disappointed. We were walking on the steps and we saw Winnie the Pooh coming down the stairs with his, and he was a giant Winnie the Pooh. And I went, Winnie the Pooh. And he said, and my mom was like, tell him what you want for Christmas. And he looked at me and I said, Winnie the Pooh, I want the Death Star for Christmas. And he looked at me and said, Dead Star. What's a dead star? I'm like, a real deep urban voice was in that Winnie the Pooh costume. I'm like, oh man. So that was a dead star. What's a dead star? So I didn't think I was getting it that year. Like, man,
But
Winnie
did
the
you?
Pooh. Yeah, I did get it. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted the Death Star. I got the Death Star that year and the Millennium Falcon. So I wanted both of them and I got them. Yeah, it was cool, man. It was the best. It was the best thing ever. But that I still have it. The Death Star playset's over there. And I keep thinking like of turning my whole art studio around my desk here. I got everything set up. Everything's real heavy to move though, so I probably won't do it. But I got a Star Wars display. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves that are they're tall. But the Death Star's up there and the AT-AT's up there. I got the Imperial shuttle. I got all my Tatooine cardboard sets, all the stuff that I had when I was a kid. But
All right,
someday
so
I'll do Dead Star.
I'm going to show you this one. You tell me who it is. This is from memory.
Oh, that's Ziggy.
Yeah.
I like how his feet and his nose are the same size. Yeah. Hey,
Kind of looks like the Mets.
is that a foot on your face or is that your nose? That's my foot. Yeah. I ran out of paper. Or I got some cards. Let's see who else I could draw.
If there's still people watching, please, if you haven't, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe.
Yeah, do
I'm
it.
trying to hit 1,000 by next January. Trying to hit 1,000, and then I need 4,000 watch hours so I can start making some passive income.
Oh yeah, right? Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet. I'm still trying to figure out.
You're
trying to
close.
figure out how. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to get the monetization.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll happen. People just send us stuff to PayPal. That'll work too. Look at I drew something for you.
Let me see. Oh yeah.
The blue scar. What he's got boobies. Put the nipples on him. No, he's got him.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
see if I can get him. There he is. That's him, blue scar.
Let's do one more before we both have to get our girls.
Yeah. Who do we got? Let me see what they said. This guy said draw Dave Scheit. I don't know. Say draw Gilbert and blue scar. Oh, I just drew blue scar.
Yeah.
Let's see Ziggy.
Yeah.
Who should we draw? Draw one more guy. Or maybe we pick who's your favorite? Or what's your favorite cartoon that you never draw?
I
I draw a whole bunch of stuff all the time. Or you pick one of my guys, I'll pick one of your guys. How about that? Yeah.
I would like to see you draw Touche Turtle.
Touche Turtle? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I could do that. I'm gonna have you draw. I want to see you draw Adamant.
Adamant. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's like I also like Magilla Gorilla.
Oh, I love Magilla Gorilla.
Yeah, draw either one of those or both. I don't know if I've ever drawn Touche Turtle. He looks weird. He's already weird looking. Because there's a Touche Turtle toy that I keep trying to get, and there's only one toy from the '60s that they made, and he's on all fours. I think it's a shampoo bottle, but he's like a turtle, and he doesn't like in a cartoon. He stood up all the time, but in this toy, he's on all fours, and they also made a whale in the same group, and the whale they say is from Peter Potamus.
Oh yeah.
I like Peter Potamus too. I should have had you draw him. No, draw whatever. I like all these guys. Hanna-Barbera is like my favorite thing of all time.
Me too. I absolutely love Hanna-Barbera.
I love Hanna-Barbera and Peter Potamus, Magilla Gorilla.
I got to refill my brush pen.
Ooh. Oh yeah, man.
It is. I know this is off model, but I'm trying.
Yeah, my guy's all hurting too.
I'm trying with all my heart.
I just draw it. Yeah, I got him. I don't know what he's supposed to look like, but this is him. I'm gonna mail this to you too.
Okay.
You ready?
You ready?
Okay, cool. My guy looks like he's drunk.
He's like,
He's saying touche.
yours make me laugh out loud. That's
Touche.
awesome, man.
Heck yeah, man.
That's a fun show right there.
Yeah, we did good. People learned about us, and they're gonna be haunted.
They're going to be haunted October
Yeah.
21st. The cabin at 360. Look it up. Look at all the hauntings. That's where we're going to be.
Yeah. Follow us when you see us and subscribe to us and buy
Subscribe.
stuff from our websites. We got all kinds of good stuff.
We are
happening.
brave cartoonists. Look at this. It's almost
What is
gone.
that? Oh, I was
almost
drawing
gone.
with this. Mine is the tube. I don't see
Yeah.
any of the ink. But I buy these in bulk, man. I just go and buy packs. This is what I like to draw. It's a Pilot G2.
Oh, nice.
I love to draw on this because the ink is real cool and it stays wet a little bit, so I
Mhm.
smudge a lot and it just feels like real. You
Yeah.
know, I draw in my book. I've been drawing on my sketchbook today.
Cool.
All the stuff's in here. Look, I always start out with a page full of doodles.
Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to do another show where we share our sketchbooks.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do a book. I got my Balthazar Bazaar. This is
Uh-huh.
like a sketchbook, art book, and I'm almost ready to print another one called Savage Amazement. And my Patreon, if you join Patreon, you can see it, my cover on Patreon. And then I'm going to print that soon. But you should do that. Or it'd be cool to do that. I think
Yeah.
people really dig them. Yeah, you
I
should
just-
do one of those. I like to get a Jamie art book.
I just remember one time you drew me. You did you drew a caricature of me, and you didn't give me legs. I just had a cotton candy bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
we're
like my face and my torso, and then I was like, "What is that?" You're like, "That's cotton candy."
Yeah, you were like a floating puff. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah, man.
People dig it, man. Look at this great show. Hot Wing of Justice gives it flames, fire.
Woohoo!
We were lit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for drawing. It's fun to draw along with you. I've been drawing a lot lately. Yeah, man.
That's
D. Brad.
awesome.
D. Brad's a talented man.
Awesome.
This is October 21. Yeah, man. You
Yes.
guys beat it. Research it and find a way to go, man.
Yeah,
It'd be good.
it's gonna be fun.
Hmm. Yeah, man. Should we thank him for being here
Yes.
today?
Thank you, and thank you for having me. We've been trying to do this. You know, next time, like I said, I'm gonna create a Facebook page for our event. I'm gonna try to
Oh,
get
cool.
some sponsors, and then I would love to auction off some of the original art from the book.
Oh, yeah.
And it's messy, like you said, it's messy, but it's still cool to have. I would want it if it was somebody that
Yeah, it's
you
in
know.
pieces, man. Because I have a lot of the art that you would draw it on the board, and then you drew me a better piece on a piece of paper. And like,
Yeah.
there's notes like here, put this where that goes. So I like that a lot because the
Yeah.
pages have stuff that it's not going to see print, so it's like a sketch. Like
Yep.
pages are real sketchy, like
Yeah.
the real like. There's a lot of notes on there, mistakes, and like when I was inking it, it was just I had a bad brush when I inked it, and so it was bleeding. I was just spittling. So there's a lot of cleanup in the computer that cleanup on the coloring pages, and it's hand lettered. It's lettered in the program, so it's gonna be cool. But we have to work on the second half,
Yeah.
and I know we were talking about like what the story should be, but I don't know what it should be. But I got to make sure I get to draw it and send it to you with enough time because we're the deadline's coming up close. I want to get it before I want to get it printed. I want to try to get it by August or September so we have it for October.
Yeah.
And but we'll be all right. I think we could do it. But
And
so
I'm
I got
gonna
10 more pages to draw.
I'm gonna check on Sunday afternoon, seeing if I can get out there and see you or have dinner or something.
Yeah, man. And if not, no pressure. Just
Yeah.
you can't go. You can't go.
Yeah, that would be cool to.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you don't leave your family if they're still home.
Oh, I
If
know.
everyone goes, and don't worry about me because we'll see each other in October
Yeah, it's gonna be
and
awesome.
on live streams because this counts. This feels like I just hung out with you for.
That's right. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. You're a good man, sir.
You too, brother.
And,
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for everyone for joining us here today.
Yes.
Remember, no fighting, no crying. Be nice to each other. Do the things that make you happy. And support Jamie Cosley any way you can. You guys are awesome. Okay, bye-bye.
Art.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist Art Baltazar.